Dietetics. I welcome you all to this video. Myself is MOUNIKA, Assistant Professor of English, KSRCASW College of Arts and Science for Burman, Tiruchendur. Today we are going to discuss the French Revolution and the effects of the French Revolution. First of all, we know about the causes of the revolution. Social inequality. France society has divided into three estates. The first estate people they suffered from clergies, and the second estate people they enjoyed it, and the third estate people they felt bored because of the high tax burden. Next one, the financial crisis. France was deeply in debt due to expensive wars like American Revolution and royal extravagancies. Third one, Enlightenment ideas. Philosophers like Rousseau and Voltaire, they promoted their idea of equality, liberty and democracy. And the fourth one, weak leadership. King Louis XVI was intentional and unable to address the country's financial crisis. This lack of effective leadership contributed to growing unrest. Next, the Social Law and Acts. Estates General, May 1789. King Louis XVI called the meeting of three estates to address France's financial crisis. The third estate people broke away and formed the National Assembly challenging the monarchy. And the Tennis Court Oath, June 1789. The National Assembly was not disbanded with the new constitutions was created, marking the beginning of the revolution. And the third one, storming of the Basel, July 14, 1789, and Declaration of the Rights of Men, August 1799. Paris and stormed the Basel, a symbol of royal tyranny, marking the start of mass revolution and the right against oppression. And the last one, Regime of Terror, 1793 to 1794. The National Assembly adopted a document declaring equal rights for all men, inspired by Enlightenment principles of liberty and equality. Next, some major changes were happened in French Revolution. The end of the monarchy, rise radialism and abolition of feudalism was happened in French Revolution. The effects of the French Revolution, political changes, global impact, economic changes, social changes also happened in French Revolution. Next one, the reform bills. The first Reform Act 1832. The intention of the act was focused on the extended voting rights to more men, particularly the middle class. It reduced the number of rotten boroughs and redistributed seats in parliament to better represent the population. The second Reform Act 1867, it expands the voting rights further to include working class men in urban areas. It strengthened the trend towards more representative democracy. And the third Reform Act 1884, it gives voting rights to rural working class men, and it extending the suffrage to most men over 21. And the fourth Reform Act, the Representation of the People Act 1918. It gives the voting rights to all men over 21 regardless of the property ownership, and also it granted women over 30 the right to vote and the significant towards the gender equality in voting. And the fifth Reform Act, it also tells the same of the fourth Reform Act. And next one, the development of education in the Victorian England, World Wars I and II. The Victorian England, 1837 to 1901. During the Victorian regime, Britain underwent significant industrial, social changes. The period saw the growth of the British Empire, the rise of the industrialism and the development of new social and economic structures. The Elementary Education Act of 1870, the Foster Act, the Compulsory Education School Boards. The elementary education, it established the school boards to provide elementary education and improve across to schooling. Next one, the Education Act 1880. It made a school attendance compulsory for children aged 5 to 10. The third one, the Education Act of 1891. It made elementary education free and removing financial barriers to schooling. The fourth one, school curriculum. It focused on on basic subjects like reading, writing, arithmetic and religious studies. The means of transport and communication in Victorian England. During the Victorian era, railways expanded rapidly significantly and improving both travel and trade across the country, and the ship terms roads were improved with better surface and the communication. The telegraph penny post made mailing cheaper and more accessible in the general public. And the next one, the causes of World War I. Nationalism. It invents a national pride and competing among European powers. It created a tension, especially in the Balkans. Imperialism. European countries competed for colonies in Africa, Asia, and increasing rivalries. And militarism. An arms race and military built up among European nations led to heightened tensions. And the fourth one, assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. The assassination of Austrian Heir in June 1914 sparked the war, and the impact of the World War I. Some changes were happened in World War. First one, social changes. Women extended the workforce in large number, making a significant social shift. And the Treaty of Versailles 1919. The treaty imposed heavy repressions in Germany, aiming to punish it and prevent future conflicts. And next, the World War II. Treaty of Versailles. The harsh terms imposed on Germany after World War I caused resentment and economic hardships, and the abasement. European powers allowed to expand Germany's territory in 1930s, hoping to avoid conflict. And third one, economic depression. This global economic crisis of the 1930s led to political instability, fueling the rise of fascist enemies in Germany, Italy and Japan. And the fourth one, Hitler's aggression. Hitler's invasion of Poland in September 1939 triggered the war, leading Britain and France to declare war on Germany. Next, the impact of the World War II. Massive loss of life. Over 70 million people died, making World War II the deadliest conflict in history. The global shifts. The war ended European colonies, empires, and established the US and Union as superpowers. And the third one, formation of the United Nations. The United Nations was created in 1945 to promote peace and prevent future conflicts. And the fourth one, Cold War. Tensions between the US and the Union led to the Cold War, a period of political and military rivalry. Next. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video.